Following Russia's illegal invasion of Ukraine, Formula One has canceled their contract with Russian TV outlets, and Russian driver Nikita Mazepin has also lost his seat with Haas. The move comes amidst sanctions aimed at putting pressure on Vladimir Putin to withdraw his troops by disrupting the lives of Russian citizens. Today, we are discussing F1 ending their Russian TV deals and the availability of the sport in Russia, so don't go anywhere. First up, what's the situation in Ukraine right now? Well, as we know, Russia invaded Ukraine 3 weeks ago to the shock of watching nations around the world, but so far, they're not having it all their own way, as Ukrainians are putting up a valiant fight. The WHO has today urged the UN and Russia to work towards an immediate ceasefire, as thousands of civilians have now died. As well as the massive loss of civilian life, Russia yesterday lost its 4th general so far during the conflict, which is strange to have so many high-ranking officers near the front line. It has been suggested that Ukrainian intelligence are specifically targeting high-ranking officers to cause as much disruption to Russian military advances as possible. It was claimed on March 17th that Russia has also targeted a theater, which was housing displaced people, thought to have been holding more than 1,000 civilians, which is scandalous if true. Meanwhile, President Zelensky has told journalists that moves are underway to build a new type of Berlin Wall. Elsewhere, the UK has told the UN it will deploy the Sky Sabre missile defense system in Poland to thwart any ideas Putin might have of further incursions into European territory. It has been claimed by some commentators that the war in Ukraine could grind to a standstill as the Ukrainians are putting up brave resistance. Putin must be stopped at all costs, as if he takes Ukraine, he could easily target other bordering states and incite a third world war. What do you guys make of the situation in Ukraine? So what's up with the F1 canceling Russian TV deals? Let's see. A couple of weeks ago, it was revealed that F1 bosses had terminated the contract with Russian GP organizers following Putin's invasion of neighboring Ukraine. Nikita Mazepin, whose father is a major backer of the Haas team, has also been dropped by the team. The move comes as Mazepin Sr. is thought to have close ties to the Kremlin. Other sports have also acted. The Premier League has suspended broadcasts in Russia. Manchester United have ended their sponsorship deal with Aeroflot, the Russian national carrier, and Chelsea have been banned from buying players, as well as a ton of other sanctions put on the club due to them being owned by Roman Abramovich. And F1 was quick to follow suit. They have terminated their deal with Match TV effective immediately, which was set to run until the end of next season. The sport's own TV channel also will not be available in Russia any longer, which means Russian fans will not have the means to watch Grand Prix legally any longer. Of course, they will still be able to stream illegally, but the move is aimed at causing as much disruption to the lives of Russian citizens in the hope that they will protest against Putin's handling of the Ukraine situation. How do you watch Grand Prix? Are you a fan of the sport's in-house media channel? Let us know your thoughts on how this will be received in Russia. What else has happened? Stay tuned to find out. Match TV also handles broadcasts for other popular sports, football included. They regularly show, or showed, Premier League, La Liga, Champions League, and Bundesliga games, but no longer. In the early days of the war, the channel would block any anti-war messages and protests from games on the continent, but no longer, as they aren't available to be shown on the channel. F1 bosses sprang into action following the invasion and really should be commended, although they didn't completely ban Russian and Belarusian competitors, saying they were allowed to compete under a neutral flag. The Sochi race was immediately called off, however, and in the end, it didn't matter as they ultimately canceled the contract. The Russians have just built a state-of-the-art arena in the city of St. Petersburg too, but this will no longer see any action, which is actually pretty funny. The World Motorsports Council has also announced that no events will take place in Russia or Belarus until the situation is resolved, and most national authorities have also gone one step further by banning drivers from the two countries from competing in their countries. Haas, as well as terminating Nikita Mazepin's contract, have also ended their agreement with Uralkali, the company owned by Mazepin's father Dmitry. The EU has also handed down sanctions on Mazepin Sr. and company. What do you guys make of this? Let us know below. Next up, a positive COVID test for one of the drivers. It has been revealed today that Sebastian Vettel will miss the opening race of the season in Bahrain after testing positive for COVID-19. The German driver will be replaced by Nico Hülkenberg, who will take over beginning this Friday at practice. The veteran Vettel, who has won the championship 4 times during his stellar career, finished 12th last time out and would have been hoping to get off to a flying start this time around, but will have to watch the race from home. Hopefully, he'll make a full recovery and return for the second race weekend. Hülkenberg, on the other hand, hasn't raced since the 2020 Eiffel Grand Prix after he stood in for Lance Stroll at Racing Point following another positive COVID test. And Hülkenberg has previous experience when it comes to standing in for other drivers, having also replace Sergio Perez for the Silverstone Grand Prix. COVID's still causing havoc on sports all around the world, and F1 was just last weekend affected by the pandemic yet again, following Daniel Ricciardo testing positive, missing the official preseason test last week. He will be happy to know that he is eligible to race this weekend, however, after testing negative, and will be alongside teammate Lando Norris for this weekend's race. Who is your tip for the title this season? Let us know your thoughts below. We're talking Charles Leclerc next. Stick around. Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc has been speaking out this week about his season's expectations, and it seems he is targeting more victories this time out. He even went as far as to say that if he does have the car to fight for the title, he is more than ready to do so. He will have a better idea of how his car might perform this season after this weekend's opener, and will be aiming to give his team a fighting chance of landing a first Constructors' Championship since 2008. Leclerc has been with the Italian outfit for the past 3 seasons and said this preseason schedule had been his smoothest one yet since joining, which can only be a good thing. The Frenchman said, "I think our objective is to try and fight for wins whenever we can. Realistically, if I need to make a guess now, I would say we are a little bit behind Red Bull, but Mercedes, we don't know. We really have no idea where they are, but for sure they will be in the front in the top 3. It's going to be close, but I still believe we're a bit behind. We'll have to work hard to try and catch up a little bit." This season should be a bit more exciting as the new regulations come into play, and Leclerc also added that he'll be fighting for more wins this season to add to the 2 he had back in 2019. And finally, more fallout from Max Verstappen's controversial title win last season. Stay tuned. Ex-F1 driver Martin Brundle has claimed this week that any admission of error by Verstappen or his team could add question marks to his title win. He then suggested that F1 bosses were scared to talk about the situation due to possible legal ramifications. The FIA has yet to publish its findings, but we think they probably won't release the results as it could have consequences going forward. However, they did promise a detailed analysis, but we're still waiting. Brundle had this to say about the situation. "I think there's fear in the paddock among some people with a vested interest. They don't want it to be seen that a mistake was made, or there would be any type of question mark over Verstappen's world championship." He went on to claim that it was inevitable that fear had spread, but that it was more about legal ramifications surrounding former race director Michael Massey. We all know what happened, and the FIA has admitted that scandal tarnished the image of the sport. Fans have even suggested that Verstappen doesn't deserve to be called a champion, and Hamilton also said the race had been manipulated. Crazy. What do you guys make of the situation, which refuses to go away? Let us know your thoughts below. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. If you enjoyed our content, please smash the like button, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this.